Welcome back, everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. We're excited to have Jay Smith, head golf professional at Prestwick Country Club, on with us today from the Myrtle Beach area. Jay, thanks for coming on, bud. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you guys letting me be on. Actually, we got a nice, beautiful day in Myrtle Beach. It's a little chilly out, but the sun's out. And a lot of the country's under a lot of white stuff, and we're not playing with that. So
yeah, you got that right. Yeah. So I did see, looks like you guys have had quite a bit of rain over there the past couple of weeks, huh?
I'll tell you, January's been rough. We had last I saw about 13 or 14 inches of rain in January. So it's rained a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the grass is appreciating it. Right. So looking forward to a green spring. Hey.
Yeah. The ryegrass loves it. And, our greens are still in great shape and still rolling good. So you guys got to experience that. So you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we sure did. So the cool thing what I really thought was neat about Prestwick, so again, in the Myrtle Beach area, is the two different nines that you had. And we'll get into a little bit I definitely want to kind of get into your career and where you played college golf at. But you've got, I'd call a traditional setup on the front nine, and then you go to a link style on the back. So it's kind of, you can play 18 holes and you almost get to play or experience two different courses. So is that a profile? Cause it's a Pete and PB Dye design originally. Is that something that they're known for? I don't recall that being a thing.
They don't do a lot of it. It's father son. It was done in the late 80s. And I don't know if it was their first one they ever did, but they haven't done many together. I want to say PB might have been just getting started. Right. He's he's a fun guy to talk to. He has a lot of insight to why they did a lot of stuff. I had the pleasure one day to ride around with him, and he talked about the golf course, about why they put a bunker here, a bunker there, and things like that. It was really neat. And I talked to him a fair amount, and unfortunately Pete passed away.
Yeah.
I never had a chance to talk to him very much, but I do talk to PB a fair amount. And
very cool.
Good guy, good to talk to, very interesting.
Well, next time you talk to him, tell him that fairway bunker that runs all along the side of 18 whipped my ass, man. I couldn't get out of that thing. It's 18, right? With the lake right there. I could not get out of that thing to save my life. I was like, golly, if I could get out of this thing.
Well, we made it easier for you. We grassed it in. It used to be all sand.
Yeah.
So when it was sand, it was, I don't know, we let it grow up to be a rough height. So it probably is a little, I don't know. It kind of depends on what you prefer, sand or rough height. It's a tough shot out of there.
I prefer not to be on that side at all, to be honest with you. But what a fantastic course. And I mean, you guys are regularly voted as kind of, hidden gems of Myrtle Beach, right? I mean, get a lot of recognition, which I'm really surprised. And so the course was in great condition. The layout is just, again, absolutely fantastic, and getting to experience, two different, course setups, if you will. So I'm surprised that you guys are labeled a hidden gem. Is it just the location kind of where you're tucked back?
Well, when it first opened, it was totally private.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how much you guys know about when private courses open, they don't try to get all the recognition that public courses do. Public courses generally go to win, this award, that award, where private courses are trying to get members, trying to get homes on the golf course. And
right.
So out of the gate, from the start, they didn't advertise in all the magazines, to get all those awards. And we won a lot. And, lately we're now public. We don't have any members. And the word's getting out for a long time, that private mystique, that kind of hangs around. Nobody thought they could play it. We're doing our best to get rid of that. And because we want everybody to come enjoy the golf course. Locals as well as guys that are down at the beach on package play.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. And enjoy it. We did. I'm trying to actually, I think we played, I know we did. We played 36 that day. A couple of us did. Some of the other guys had to leave, but we actually went back around. We had so much fun. So And definitely it's on our list when we get back to Myrtle Beach, man. It's that was a real treat. So we appreciate the opportunity. So you're a South Carolina guy, native, hey?
Yep. Grew up in Spartanburg, which is in the upstate of South Carolina, and went to Spartanburg High School. And then I actually went to Coastal Carolina and played golf there. And, my golf game was, I played in some tournaments and played okay and stuff, but got to enjoy going to Coastal. And, they had a really good year in football this year, in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah. Well, game day actually made it.
And I mean, that set this place, even during the pandemic, everybody down here was so excited. And I had football. We went ahead and bought season tickets like we have every year, even though with the pandemic, and got to see them beat BYU. And that was a very welcome surprise, I guess you could say. I mean,
that may be the win. That may be the win of the franchise, eh?
Yeah. Well, you just didn't know what to expect. They were good. And but BYU was ranked right there with them, so you didn't really know what to expect. And it finished with BYU getting stopped on about the 1 yard line. So it was a really great year for Coastal in football. And they got to go to the bowl game. Unfortunately, Liberty beat them in overtime, but kind of put them on the map.
Yeah, for sure. And that's so for those that don't know, that's where I guess I don't know if it's probably the most famous golfer. Right, Jay Smith, Dustin Johnson. But yeah, so that's where Dustin went to school. Yeah. So did you ever get a chance to interact when he was there?
I'm a good bit older than he is, but I met him a couple of times. Yeah. Super friendly. When I was in school, one of my old roommates was Tom Gillis, who has played on the PGA Tour. He's played on the Senior Tour. He actually lost to Jordan Spieth in I think it was the 2015 John Deere, lost in a playoff to win that. So he's done quite well for himself, and he's playing on the Senior Tour now. But and I've played with him since he has been on the tour, and wow, my game is not good compared to that guy. I mean, he spent more time looking for my ball and the other guys we played with, and he just kind of looked around and enjoyed the scenery because he was always on the fairway and always on the green. And well, we weren't.
Yeah, so boring. Wouldn't it be boring just to hit greens and fairways every time? I mean, it's like
you don't get your money's worth.
Exactly. I mean, it's exciting when I'm out there playing golf. I mean, hell, you don't know where the ball's going to go. So
good old Army golf, left, right, nose.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. So, so we mentioned the rain and stuff going on. So just to kind of get a feel for Myrtle Beach golf, right? I mean, it's year round, right? I mean, you're playing all 12 months, and you'll kind of have some cold spells, hit or miss. But I mean, generally speaking, it's pretty comfortable to come in, I guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, we'll have a day here and there that are just not necessarily too cold, but may get rained out, may be cold. But for the most part, we play 12 months out of the year. Our busy seasons are obviously spring and fall.
Right.
Summer is really good, but summer's, families, things like that. And we play a lot of golf in the summer, but it is the South and it is Myrtle Beach, and it's a little warm in the summer.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say it's hot. It's just, it gets a little steamy in the afternoons, but we play a lot of golf in the mornings, and a lot of it's, fathers and sons, mothers and daughter, whole families come out and play, they're down on vacation. So they want to come out and enjoy, golf in Myrtle Beach, and, there's 80 golf courses. You can definitely find something that you enjoy playing. Hopefully they come to Prestwick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's gotta be, I don't know if saying that it's one of the more challenging places to run a golf course. I don't know if that's a fair statement or not, but you just mentioned it with 80 courses on the Grand Strand. I mean, you got a lot of options, and you got a lot of really good golf courses, right? I mean, it's not like, okay, well, there's a handful that are decent. I mean, you got a lot of good stuff. I mean, Prestwick being one of those. I mean, it's right up there again. I think the last I saw it was ranked top 5 in, I forget the article that it was in, but it was ranked as 5th. And, I think that's, speaks a lot to you and staff and being able to maintain that. And, out of 80, if you're in the single digit rankings at all, I mean, that's, that's pretty handy. I mean, are you guys doing anything, or I guess let me ask it a different way. What are you guys doing unique that kind of keeps you in that in that top tier, upper echelon of the 80 courses that are there?
Well, we're fortunate. The golf course is owned by the Jackson companies, who also own Ocean Lakes Family Campground, and they are dedicated to the golf course as far as they want to make sure we have all the resources we need. As far, obviously, the funds to keep it in good shape. We have a really nice clubhouse. We do a lot of functions there. They're just really, they give us the resources, and myself and our team, we're lucky that we have it, and we take advantage of it, and we do everything we can with what they give us. And our superintendent does a wonderful job keeping the golf course in great shape, and you guys got to see that. And
yeah,
the greens are probably about as quick and as smooth as you can find on the beach.
Nice.
But you're right. There are 80 courses, which is great, and all 80 courses. What's really cool about the Myrtle Beach Grandstand area, we all work together. Like I could give you 50 guys I could call tomorrow if I needed something that work at golf courses, and we all try. We're in competition with each other, but we actually try to help each other as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And the article you were talking about with us being the top 5, that actually was put out by an ambassador package company. And what they did is they sent out surveys to the golf courses in Myrtle Beach, and that was voted on by the Myrtle Beach PGA pros.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
That's awesome.
Yeah, for us to be 5th, and the Myrtle Beach PGA pros voted us 5th. To me, that says a lot. And I would agree with them. I mean, there's 45 or 50 wonderful golf courses, and they're all really good. You've got every level that you can ever want for someone to come down. We've got a couple of par 3s. So if a golfer can't find what he's looking for in the Grand Strand, he's just not looking for it.
Yeah, you're looking for something that doesn't exist, I'd say. But yeah, you're right. We've talked with a few other folks, and we've got some more to talk to. But folks like Sean and at Tidewater, Jim at Heritage, Bart at True Blue. Yeah. So, it's, and everybody is very complimentary, as you mentioned, right. And it's working together, and it's kind of like, I would say it's building that invitation, or, kind of that familial, hey, come here and have a good time. Yes, we want you to play our golf course, but go experience some other golf courses too, right? I mean, there's just too much good stuff, not to be able to do that, and within a close proximity that, it's kind of get everything that you're looking for. So at Coastal Carolina, what? So you played all 4 years there?
Yeah, I mean, I played in tournaments every year. I didn't play in all the tournaments. I didn't qualify, but yeah, I'm telling you my age now, 88 to 92. Just turned 50 last year, so
nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the pandemic, didn't get to go do a whole lot, and my wife turned 50. She'll probably kill me if she hears me say that.
We could, you know what? We'll try to remember to edit that out.
Yeah, we were going to go to Las Vegas, and unfortunately didn't get to do that. But yeah, played all 4 years, and then went to work at Blackmore, which is a Gary Player course down here, and worked for a really, really nice guy named Donald Clement that's at the reserve now, and went through the PGA program, got my Class A, and I've been at Prestwick since 1999. So it's been 21 years this May. Yeah, 22 this May. God, I can't even add. But it's been a wonderful experience, wonderful place to work.
Yeah, is that pretty common? I think it is, but I want to get it from the horse's mouth. And so, when you're saying you've been there for 22 years, I mean, is it pretty regular to see a pro with that tenure at the same golf course, for that length of time, or is it more people are kind of moving around, or is
mostly they move around? Like down here, you've got big groups of golf courses, so they'll move them between their own golf courses. Right. Like you may not stay at one, you may not stay at one course for an extended period of time. You may be there 3 or 4 years, and then they move you to one of their other ones. But at private clubs, the tenure is generally pretty long, as long as, whoever gets the job's doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, sure.
Members get accustomed to the way things are done, and, nobody likes change. And they like, members like things a certain way, and they want to keep it that way.
Right. They get used to you, you get used to them, and it's kind of like a marriage, right? It's like I know what to say and what not to say, kind of thing, right?
You know exactly how if they want to drive the cart or ride the cart, or what the girls in the food and beverage know exactly what they want to drink. Their
Sure.
cocktails ready when they show up, and it's like their home basically.
Yeah.
Come in, they know everybody, they talk to everybody, and that's what it's all about, being a member.
Right, right. So we mentioned the pandemic, and I don't want to get hung up on that specifically, but were there any? Well, what did Prestwick experience? March through the end of the year, right? Because it kind of hit, when everything shut down, mid March ish, right? And I mean, that's kind of your go time, right? I mean, you've been getting ready all winter for all these groups coming in. So what'd that do to you guys? And did it impact you in a good or a bad way? I mean, I know the pandemic was bad in itself, but just specifically to the club, yeah.
It really hit us about mid-March, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So March, we kind of held on because it really, folks were still allowed to come. Obviously April, they shut down the hotels.
Yeah.
No, you couldn't do the short-term rental thing. And I think that was through about the middle of May, first week of May. And April is the biggest month on the Grand Strand for golf. So obviously nobody could fly down here and stay. Now, something positive that came out of that is we've never been a golf course that's been able to have a lot of local play. We've obviously tried in the last 4 or 5 years, since we don't have a membership anymore,
Mm-hmm.
but we played more local rounds this past year than we ever have. And we have folks that played back in April. Unfortunately, some of them weren't working.
Right.
So golf was really the only outlet. And some of them that played back in April and May are still playing us today. So we've gotten to know some of these guys, and so the negative was we lost our out of town play, but the positive was we picked up more local play and things like that than we've ever had, and we're still seeing the positive effects out of getting those local players that come play, and they're hosting tournaments this year, and we hope to keep that growing, as well as our package play, and hopefully, this spring season we'll be able to have package play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we're to a point now, if people are just gonna go and do it anyway, right? I mean, it's like I'm only staying cooped up for so long. It's like I'm just gonna go and do responsibly, mind you, but I'm gonna go do something, right? I mean, you can't really. I can't really stay cooped up, for that extended period of time. So, that's, I mean, it's good to hear, right? I mean, when they give you lemons, make a gin and tonic, right? So, but it's good that you're getting kind of the residuals of people getting to experience, and then people are coming back. I mean, that's pretty awesome. And then, so you mentioned some tournaments. So do you guys host quite a bit of tournaments there?
We probably host around 25 throughout the year. Various ones. We do some Carolina Golf Association, South Carolina Golf Association, as well as GTS, which is Golf Tourism Solutions, which is the association that all the golf courses are members of. It's kind of like it's affiliated with Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday, which everybody probably recognizes. That name's been around forever.
Right.
And they do quite a few tournaments, and we do some of theirs, and as well as we do a few charity events, to raise money for whatever the cause may be. But overall, and then we do some local events where, like we had a coastal AM tour event last week where a guy runs it and he calls us and says, I've got X number of players, and they come out and they play, and hopefully everybody has a great time and they come back. But we do quite a few tournaments throughout the year, and it's positive for us. Because practice round, you always, you get that practice round revenue that you never probably anticipated. And you might get some folks that obviously have never played Prestwick and come back. That's what you're hoping for.
Yeah, sure.
So the spring was rough last year for everybody. The clubhouse was closed. We pretty much, if you didn't have on a mask, we checked you in through the window. I don't know if you guys remember, but we have a 2-story clubhouse.
Oh yeah.
So we check you in through the window if you didn't have a mask on, and we're still doing that today. We're still following all the guidelines. You can come in and eat now, which is a nice thing. You have to wear your mask, but obviously when you're sitting down, you can take it off.
Oh, we definitely found your bar.
Well, I was getting ready to say the bar's
and
open.
they took great care of us. So yeah. It's everybody there was just, super people. And, again, it's, we really enjoyed the course. So
what's the course record there, Jay?
So,
what's the what?
Course record.
Course record is actually owned by Tom Gillis, who was my old college teammate.
Okay.
So this is going to blow you guys away, but off the black tees, which is a little over 7,000 yards, 61.
Oh, good Lord. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not sure I could.
When was that?
Gosh, he did that probably in the mid 90s, late 90s. And it's never, I mean, somebody might beat it one day, but I would be shocked.
No, I mean, that's one of those, it's like, oh, it's really starting to come down now.
Wow. No, I'd love to be his teammate that day because you're going to win.
No kidding.
You're not going to be paying somebody. You're going to be accepting, something from someone else.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're playing against them, you're going home a little light. So.
Yeah. We have a lot of guys that come in and go, what's the course record? And we'll kind of look at them and, then they'll go, is it 3 hours and 45 minutes or 3 hours and 30 minutes? And you just, they're just messing with you. They're like, oh, I'm going out. I know I'm going to shoot 110, but hey, if they have fun, that's all that matters.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you guys noticed we have plenty of sets of tees. We had 6 sets of tees. So you can play as short or as long as you wanted the golf course to play. I've gotten to the point I prefer to play the white tees, which are about 6,300, and that's probably where you guys played, I would imagine.
We did, yeah. But we hadn't seen the first time obviously we hadn't seen the course, and as good as I was playing, when we looped again, we elected to stay there.
I don't blame you. I play the blue tees occasionally, but I'm not going to mess with those black tees anymore. I don't enjoy hitting driver and 3-wood into par 4s anymore. It's just it's not it's not a lot of fun for me.
Yeah. We did. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time, but I was that whole week I was kind of off. I was not hitting the ball good, and it just isn't golf a crazy thing. You can wake up today and walk out, and you're just hitting it on the screws every time. And then, the next day you wake up and it's, you're just missing everything and you have no idea why, right? It's a crazy, crazy thing.
The guys on tour do it and they do it for a living. They'll shoot 62, 74.
Exactly.
Where we're probably shooting,
84, 95. Yeah. So Dan doesn't, he doesn't measure his, how good his day was based on his score. Dan measures it on how many balls didn't he lose today.
It's true. It's a good point.
Hey, you contribute to our ponds. We appreciate that.
Exactly.
What's so a couple things. Anything else you want to share about Prestwick? I mean, other than it's fantastic. I mean, testimonial from us. I mean, it's a must play if you're in the Myrtle Beach area, hands down. I mean, I think for what you get, I think the value to the course is. I think it's above top 5, to be honest, in what you're paying and what you're getting. I ain't saying you're not charging enough, but I'm saying you're getting your money's worth. Absolutely.
I wish we all wish we could charge more, that. But now I would just say, it's, Pete and PB Design, obviously. The location's really good. It's right off Highway 544. It's only 10 minutes south of the airport. So if you're down on a golf package, hey, use this as your first course or use this as your last course. I would probably suggest maybe the last course. That gives you a little time to warm up, maybe get your game, maybe get your game right.
That's a good point.
Because it is a little more challenging.
I would go down that road too. And that's exactly why it worked out for us to play. And we scheduled it as our last course. And we said, hey, if we got time and things are good, we might get another 18 in. And we did exactly that. And you're not going to get hung up in traffic. There's not going to be any issues. Your point at 10 minutes from the airport. I mean, it's literally the crow flies, just right over the woods. So yeah.
And we have quite a few guys that do exactly what you said. They won't try to play 36, but they'll play their 18 in the morning. They'll have lunch, hang out. We have shower facilities, which a lot of people like that, before they get back on the plane.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that they don't, upset the person sitting next to them. They'll take a quick shower and, Uber or take their rental car and head right back to the airport and jump on the plane.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we got a rapid fire for you, Jay. So we're gonna hit you with some challenging questions, but you got them. I mean, you got them. So give us a
what is the capital of? No, I'm just kidding.
Give us a diamond in the rough from a restaurant point of view. So we're in Myrtle Beach and we just finished a round of golf. We want to go out for dinner. What's something kind of off the beaten path that we wouldn't? It's not in the magazines. It's not in the books. Where are the locals eating at, or where are you sending somebody?
So, well, I have to ask you a couple of questions though leading up. Is that okay? I know it's rapid fire.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you?
Gives me time to pour a drink.
For really nice dining? Are you talking about fine dining?
No. I think it's more of a casual local spot, someplace that you would frequently go. I would say, right?
So, somewhere you would go with the boys after a round of golf. You want to throw some shorts on and a t-shirt and kind of relax, wind down, have a few drinks, and get the best meal that I'm going to have down there for the place. But it's something that I'm not driving by. Buffets don't count.
I wouldn't say a buffet. And you want to enjoy the atmosphere, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
Well, not too far from the golf course is Dagwood Sports Bar, and it's got wonderful food. You can sit at the bar, you can sit at a table. They got TVs at every table, so if there's any kind of sports on, guaranteed it's there.
Nice.
Can I throw a few more in there?
Please do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you got Myrtle's Inlet, the seafood capital's not far from where we are, a little bit south. Wonderful seafood restaurants down there. But I enjoy going to Dead Dog Saloon because it has everything. You can sit outside. The Marsh Walk is beautiful. And I mean, you can order anything you want. They've got, their menu is enormous and you can get anything you want. Now, if you're heading back north and you like Italian, Angelo's is really good, along with Villa Romana. Both those are really good. Villa Romana is a little more going to take you a couple hours to eat. They're going to make everything from scratch. They got a guy going around playing the accordion. He's really good. He's really funny.
Nice.
And Angelo's is one of those places that it has an Italian buffet, but they also have these wonderful steaks. And when they bring them out to you, they're on the black skillet and they're literally cooking as they put them down in front of you. I mean, you can just hear them just sizzling.
And what you said, it's Angelo's?
Angelo's, yep. It's on 17 Business, like heading north from. So that's a pretty cool thing for me. I mean, when they put it in front of you and it's still cooking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Very cool. Yeah. Nice job.
But those are really close to the golf course, and we frequent those fairly often.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we just found our 3 best next places to eat at when we make a trip back over. So, all right. So what's in the bag?
Like
golf bag.
Yeah, your clubs.
Oh well, Callaway. I just got the new Epic Speed driver. Haven't even hit it yet. Got a 3-wood on order, and then I've got the Rogue Pro irons that are a couple years old, and just like them so much, don't really want to change. And then I have a lot of putter and Callaway Apex sand wedge, which is kind of I don't have the Rogue sand wedge. I got the Apex sand wedge, but I'm real excited about the driver. I was hitting the Maverick, and Callaway was good enough to let me try this new Epic Speed, which will be out. I think it's any time. I think it was just introduced at the PGA show.
What do you think about John Rahm going over to Callaway?
That guy could probably play with a broomstick. I mean, no, I don't. I mean, the equipment's really good. It's good. When you get those big companies and you get to those guys' level, I think it's great that he has. He played well. Just in the Farmers, he played well.
Well, last week I think it's 7th or 8th or something. So
yeah. And he missed some opportunities. But those guys are so good. They can just about play anything. But I think it's great for Callaway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting, and not to belabor it, but you look at somebody like a Justin Rose, right? He goes from TaylorMade, goes to Hanma, and I would say that didn't go very well for him to the point that he's now back to TaylorMade and he's no longer with Hanma. You look at like Jason Day, right? And he probably had an injury or was sick or something this weekend. But I mean, he leaves and now he goes to he's got a completely mixed bag. I think he's hitting Mizuno irons, but didn't really look like it was working out for him. So I think some of that is partly, it's is it the club or is it the mechanics? And, I think that you got somebody like Rahm that's kind of going down this, everything is dialed in for him right now.
Yep.
Like to your point, you could stick him in anything and he's still probably, making the cut. Right. So.
And those guys have ups and downs just like we do. So, like with Justin Rose, he played good for a while, and then he's kind of, the last couple of years have been so for him. So the clubs it could have come at a bad time with his swing. He could have had a little tiny flaw. It doesn't, well, as you guys know, it doesn't take much.
No kidding.
But they're all really good, and they'll all figure it out. And a lot of them do play with a lot of different stuff now, which is interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear that you went from the Maverick to the Epic, because I'm hitting the Maverick right now, and you've already my girlfriend's going to be so upset at you because I'm already thinking like, when's this club coming out? I may need to get one. So, I mean, was it like considerably better than the Maverick?
I went out and hit it. We had a fitting day, and I hit it, and to me, it felt a little bit better. It went a little bit further, but my shot distribution or dispersion was a little bit tighter. So I'm curious, and I may switch back. I'll tell you a funny story about the Maverick, though. I have two daughters, and they both have played college golf. One's in law school now, but my youngest one is playing at Coker University, which is in Hartsville, and she had a Rogue driver. So for Christmas, we got her a Maverick. She picked up about 23 yards.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Now she went from a senior shaft to a regular shaft, which made a big difference, but like her teammates are just not happy with her at all because she's almost had to figure out how to play golf again because she's hitting it in spots that she's not used to. And, when they usually play around 5,700 yards, 5,800. Right. So you get used to be able to hit driver on this hole. Well, now you picked up 15 or 20 yards, that driver's getting you in trouble.
Got to hit 3-wood now, right? Or it's changing your approach shot.
But she's okay with that because she's hitting it further. So, but I mean, the Mavericks work great for her. So, I mean, it's all about what works for you, what feels good.
Yeah, sure. So, what's the best club in the bag? Or what? Let me rephrase that, because that's not a fair question. What's your favorite club in the bag?
Favorite club in the bag? Probably my 7-iron.
There you go.
Okay. Right.
Right, because I hit it more often than anything, and I had when I hit it, I don't really worry about whether it's going left or right. I feel like I'm going to knock it on a green, and it's going to go where it's supposed to. The driver, it could go left or right depending on the day. So
I know the feeling.
My 7-iron, I would think so.
What course are you looking most forward to playing at some point that you haven't played yet?
Obviously, I mean, probably like everybody else, I'd love to play Augusta National.
Okay.
Probably never have the chance to do it, but even if I played bad, just to see it. I've been out there and seen the tournament many, many times and walked it, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful facility. I was lucky enough to play Quail Hollow last year, and Sage
sweet.
Valley. Those are two wonderful golf courses. Sage Valley is the one that's right outside of Augusta. I believe it's in Graniteville or somewhere outside of Augusta. And Quail Hollow is obviously in Charlotte. Where they play the Wells Fargo, and they played the PGA, I believe, about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, when JT won. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. And it's a beautiful, beautiful facility. So, but I would say Augusta National. I've played Ocean Course before. Have you guys played there?
No, I haven't had a chance yet.
Put your big boy pants on.
Yeah.
It's rough.
But is it? But would you send people? I mean, is that a course like, hey, you should play it? Yeah,
absolutely. And when I say it's rough, it's just it all depends on the wind.
Yeah,
I mean, you're literally right there on the ocean, and you can have a hole that's a 4 club. It's 4 clubs because of the wind's either blowing in your face or downwind. You don't know, and it's exciting. And to be out there where those guys have played, where the tour players have played is exciting as well.
Sure. Yeah. So I got one more question, and we don't want to keep you all night, even though we could, but and hopefully this one's going to be okay. So I already know what your favorite golf course is on the Grand Strand.
Yeah.
It's Prestwick Country Club, without a doubt, right? But when you're putting your package together, and if you got multiple days, do you have a second favorite golf course?
Have to be Dunes Club.
Dunes Club, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
That's just, to me, it's been around. They keep it in wonderful shape. They put money back into it every year. It's just I enjoy playing out there. Even if I play bad, I enjoy playing out there. It's just, the nostalgia, it's just a wonderful golf course.
Yeah.
Hoodie awesome. Or no course?
What's that?
Hoodie or no hoodie on the course? Are you a fan of it? Like Terrell and who else played it recently? Cal, I forgot.
Rory JT was wearing it. Rory was wearing it. Yeah.
We finally broke him down, Cal. We finally broke him down.
I'm not a big hoodie fan. I mean, a day when it's 35 degrees and you want to wear, I could understand it, but I don't know. I mean, I understand that golf moves forward, and it's everybody's traditional and all that, and I'm all for the mock necks don't bother, the mock neck t-shirts don't bother me and stuff like that, but the hoodie thing, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of that. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think there's a place for it. And we were actually told recently, and Cal's like, "Oh, that big hoodie is going to be swinging all around." We heard there's actually a golf hoodie, so they're making hoodies for golf now that don't swing as much and whatnot. So I think we're open to it. I haven't personally tried it yet. What's your favorite game to play on the course?
My favorite game.
You're playing with the fellas.
We just normally play just 2 down automatic, and we play for golf tees, of course. There's no money involved.
Sure.
But yeah, normally 2 down automatic. But if we're playing in the same group, just press when you want.
I don't know if I know what's 2 down automatic. I don't know if I may know it. I just don't know what it's called. It's called that.
Basically, if I'm playing you, basically we're playing by hole instead of by strokes. Say I win number 1, I win number 2, and that's 1 bet. Well, we'd start a new bet.
Oh, it starts. Okay,
gotcha. Bet. So if we're playing, each bet's $5 now instead of just 1 bet for
5 tees. 5 tees.
I'm sorry, you're right. Five tees. But that's probably the one we play more often. And we play Texas Scramble sometime. We play Captain's Choice. Just try to make it interesting. But that's probably the one we play mostly. And Wolf's fun. I don't know if you guys ever play much Wolf.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun too.
Well, it is, unless you're the guy that doesn't get picked very often, right, Dan?
Exactly. I'm like Charles Barkley in that commercial.
And it's really no fun if you're the guy that gets no shots every hole.
Exactly.
Because you're the guy that never gets picked.
That's right. That's for sure. That's for sure.
I do have a quick funny story about
sure.
About Wolf. Gentleman I used to work for, he's playing Wolf, and he said they come to a par 3, and he goes, "It's my hole, but I'm not really watching." Guy jumps up, thinks he's the Wolf, hits the shot, and knocks it right in the hole. And there's a couple carryovers going on, and he says, "All right, I'll take so and so." And the guy I work for goes, "Hey, this is my hole," so they had to go back, of course, and improve it. And he says, "Oh, by the way, I'm going to take Joe, by the way, and nice fellas, good luck. I'm not even going to hit." So of course they went closest, the skiers, they didn't, he didn't make them re-hit or anything, of course. So
holes out, and he doesn't get picked. Yeah, I'm thinking that's a little later in the round, and there was a lot of fun being had up until that point.
Wolf's a lot of fun too. There's all kinds of games that are fun, and we hear, there's books made with all those games, and I don't know if y'all have ever seen them, but there's all kinds of different.
Yeah,
stuff.
sure. Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome. Jay, what did we mention about Prestwick, buddy, or about the head professional at Prestwick, Jay Smith? Did we miss anything?
Well, actually, I've been promoted to the general manager, so I'm doing that now, and doing a little bit of both, and hopefully shortly we'll have someone in the head pro job.
Congrats on that. Congrats on that. By the way,
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. The gentleman I worked for 20 years, he retired, and he's loving life right now. So, and he taught me a lot, and I appreciate him doing that. Nice. And as far as Prestwick goes, we're hoping this year is going to be a good year for us. Obviously, with the virus and stuff, we're hoping everybody will be able to come to the beach, and they want to get out and play some golf and have a good time and visit everybody on the Grand Strand. Yeah,
for sure. Well, we'll do our part and try to make golf fun and spread the word, my friend. And we'll definitely send them your way. It's we had a hell of a time there. Great golf course. Again, everybody there was just couldn't have been any nicer and more welcoming. So we appreciate it for sure. And hey, when we get back to Myrtle Beach, you ought to play around with us.
Call me. I'll meet you at Dagwoods, or meet you at one of the local. Dagwoods is kind of like the local hangout, in the afternoons and stuff. Oh, I didn't say that. But,
Nice.
Hey, now the wife knows where to find you.
I was about to say, as far as she knows, I'm at work all the time. Trust me, she knows differently.
I'm sure.
Exactly. Awesome, bud. Well, we had a great time chatting with you, Jay. Thanks again for your hospitality while we were at the beach. And thanks so much for coming on the show. Great getting to know you. And we'll look forward to seeing you again, man, on the course. Cheers.
Cheers to you. Thank you very much, guys.
Cheers.